Set up right. Here we go. So, Attorney Walter Hnot, many of you know how this works. It's very simple. We answer questions for free. Basically, you get 5 minute consultation. And what happens is you answer the phone, or actually, I answer the phone, you call in. The call in phone number is 407 279 1754. Again, 407 279 1754. You call in and ask your legal question. No question stacking. Make sure you use a fake name throughout the call. Don't go into story mode, and be prepared. Be prepared with information for your question. With that said, we're going to be doing this for about 30 minutes. We're starting at 1:01 a.m. on July 8th, and here's the first call right now. Answering the phone. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot, Disability Resolution PA. How can I help you?
Yes. I have an overpayment of $185 when my SSI payment was deposited this month. Do I go ahead on and pay it, or wait until they send me a letter, or do I or will that end my benefits or trigger SSA to investigate me?
Well, at $185 of an overpayment, I mean, first off, I would wonder, you might have been eligible for something else, or there might have been an increase, or there might have been an attachment to a spousal benefit or something. So you can reach out to the SSA and ask them why the increase. But keep in mind that amount of an overpayment, you can usually request that they go ahead and have that be waived because it's such a small minimal amount. And usually with things that are under $1,000, $1,500, stuff like that, they'll usually waive it. So no, they're not going to remove your benefits with that. Yes, you can usually get them waived for that amount by using an SSA 632 form. Again, an SSA 632 form. But that small amount might be something where you're actually getting tapped into some other benefit that might be, in combination with the benefits you're normally getting. So you might want to look around and see if there's some other benefit that you've now accessed.
Okay, no, it was left in my checking account, and I didn't know I had it. It was about $200 and some that was left in my account. So when they deposited my regular payment, that, when I did the figure, when I figured it out, it made me have an overpayment.
Yeah, I get you. I get what you're saying there. But keep in mind, like, oh, wait, you're saying an overpayment. Wait, over
like when they.
Yeah, go ahead.
Over the $2,000 limit.
Oh, I gotcha. Now that is basically where you got to be careful, because that is where they can go ahead and reduce, your benefits by, you know what I mean? So they can, say you're not eligible for that month. So yeah, with SSI, you got to stay on top of that. Make sure you don't go over the 2,000. So, all right, let me ask you a basic question. So did you recently get approved for benefits so that there could have been some back pay sitting in there? Or is this something where it's like you were approved a long time ago?
No, I was approved a long time ago. And I did a loan, and I didn't know that it went through. And I didn't check my checking account. So for that long time, in June, I had the 200 and something in the checking account. And it just sat there. And so when I got the SSI payment in July, that's what made it go up along with my other savings account, other monies that I have.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and
they
so
can.
When I figured all of them up,
yeah,
and it made me
yeah. I mean,
so I didn't know whether to report it or pay it before they say anything.
I mean, it's one of those things where they're going to catch it, you know what I mean? Because they have access to your bank account. So just be aware, you need to start getting a 632 and explaining what happened. I mean, all right, so let's do this. In your words, what happened?
I did a salary advance loan, and I did it twice because the machine, when I called on the telephone, the machine did not give me a confirmation number, and I just assumed that it did not go through, and I just let it alone. I just didn't do anything, but it went through, and I didn't know it. And the money just sat in the bank account.
I'm guessing you didn't check your account for a while, or?
I didn't check my account for a while.
Okay.
Because I thought the loan didn't go through when I did that salary advance loan. Well, really, it's not a salary, but it's just borrowing money from my SSI payment, and then when the next month come, I repay it back.
I gotcha. Yeah. I
That's
mean,
how it works. And that money just sat there because I didn't know that it came through, because, like I said, I didn't get a confirmation number. And usually the bank will give you a confirmation number if that loan went through.
yeah.
So it just sat there. And like I said, when I got the SSI payment, being that what made it go over.
I mean, in this situation, the problem is that's the resource limit violation and not just like a income, because that's not income, that's a loan. But you went over the 2,000, so they're going to catch that. You should get ready to fill out 632 and be prepared to kind of explain it in detail.
Okay, and could I just, after I explained it, fill out the 632, do I go ahead on to pay the 185 back immediately along with the letter, or just wait until they say something?
Well, I mean, technically, they're going to come at you and say that you weren't due your benefits that month because you were over the $2,000 resource limit. So from their perspective, they're going to want whatever your monthly benefit would be. And then you're going to have to submit a 632 to request that they not do that because it was a, simple, basic yada yada mistake.
Okay, so in other words, I just don't do anything, just wait, or just go ahead and get the form and fill it out before they catch me.
So technically, I'm supposed to tell you as an attorney, you should go report it and that you should notify them of something that occurred that's wrong. But 99% of people are not going to do that. They're just going to go ahead and wait until the SSA gets smart. So, I have to tell you as an attorney, you should go tell them. But at the same time, I know realistically what everybody does is they wait to see if the SSA catches it.
I mean, I don't, 185, I don't mind paying it, but I just want to go ahead and get it over with. If they're going to catch me. I mean, I'm not trying to get away from it because I know it was a mistake.
Yeah.
I made a mistake. But I just want to do the right thing.
Well, the right thing is to reduce your benefits or to, not allow you to have your benefits for basically, that month. But that also doesn't seem fair, you know what I mean? Because, basically you're getting set up for quasi failure because of a very simple, honest mistake.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you mean that take whatever the whole monthly benefit is, they're going to take that away just for that month?
That's what they're supposed to do considering the situation, but I would appeal it and request via the 632 to have detailed review, and hopefully somebody with a heart at the SSA will go ahead and forgive it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So do I call them?
As an attorney, I have to say that you need to keep them abreast of financial mistakes and issues.
Okay.
But again, that's not what most people do. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Then I just call them, and then I guess they're gonna tell me too to fill out the 632.
Yeah. They might not, but they should.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I know you sound a little depressed, but you got to keep in mind their rules are very specific. And so where they're coming from is, they're required to do certain things when certain things happen. So this is not like a coming from a heart place or this feels ethical place. It's just this is the rule. This is what they got to follow, yada, yada. But bottom line is, what you need to keep in mind is, when you go over that 2,000, they come looking, you know what I mean? So you just want to be careful with that in the future.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. Right. You have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to go ahead and take the next caller when somebody calls in. Let's see who the next caller is going to be. Let's see what happens. Keep in mind, you're going to dial the 407-279-1754. It is super late. I should try to do these videos more in like right after work, but the thing is I've got to work outside. So all right, now with that said, since nobody right now is basically calling in because it is late, and I know it's late, I'll try to do it. I'll try to do Thursday earlier, but you know how it is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to count down from 10, and then basically if nobody calls in by the time we hit 0, then I get to go to sleep early. So here we go. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent, everybody. That was the easiest one this week. Let me tell you, I will catch you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful, wonderful night, and we will rock it. Damn it, there's another person calling. All right, we'll take one more. Here we go. Hold on. There we go. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Hi.
Howdy.
This is Diane. And I have a question. Do you take appeals after in federal court if you didn't do all of the case?
We look at it. Yeah, we usually look to see if the other attorneys are still on the claim and whether or not they have removed themselves for fee and representation. And the reason why is the big problem I tend to run into is that it just doesn't pay to play to have the fee be split up between, a bunch of different attorneys. So yes, I do do that if the other attorney is withdrawn for fee and representation. Now the kicker is this. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I didn't get an attorney. I used to be a paralegal years ago, and I thought I could do this, and I did.
Sure.
I failed miserably.
Okay, so. No worries. Yeah. Let me ask you this: what is your current age?
I am 65.
Okay, so are you currently receiving retirement benefits?
I signed up early, and when I was 62, because I had to quit working. I had neck surgeries, and so it was I wasn't able to work. Mm-hmm. So I took early retirement, and I'm getting that right now.
Okay, gotcha. So just as a thing to keep in mind, so disability attorneys don't really represent people once they're receiving a retirement check or they're over 62 because we get paid. I mean, obviously there's EJA fees for higher level federal court stuff, but we get paid essentially from back pay. And there's no back pay if the person's getting a retirement check each month because each month their back pay gets eaten up by, basically their retirement check that's being taken. So I would say this, what you can do is you can do one of those private hour sessions and then basically get me the file, get me the arguments that are being used. Are you at district court, circuit court, or Supreme Court?
I have only had the administrative hearing, and then, so I guess I need to go to federal court is what I was told.
Okay, so you had your ALJ hearing. Did you go to appeals counsel yet? So you just had an ALJ denial, right?
And they, yes, that counsel denied it after the ALJ.
Oh, okay, so now you're going to federal district court. Send me over to the email. So the email is info@disabilityresolution.com. Again, info@disabilityresolution.com. Send me over the ALJ denial. And was the appeals counsel denial just like your boilerplate? We looked at it. We don't like it. We don't see anything. Yeah, pretty much that.
Pretty much.
Okay. So yeah. So bottom line is this. Just send me over the ALJ denial. I'll take a quick look at it. And then if you have like a list of things that, you believe they made a mistake with, they screwed up, they yada yada, that's fine. Just send me basically those items so I can kind of see where you're coming from as to what the issues are. And then we'll go from there.
Okay. I will do that. Thank you.
Perfect. Sounds good. You have a wonderful, wonderful night.
Yep. Get some sleep.
Will do. Will do. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so we're gonna awesome. So with that said, we're gonna go ahead and do another countdown, see if anybody else calls in. So basically 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I'm counting a little bit faster. 3, 2, 1, 0. Excellent, everybody. You did an amazing job tonight. I will catch you all a little bit later. We will be rocking and rolling tomorrow with more videos. Have a wonderful, amazing night. Please remember, if I helped you out, to like and subscribe, or head over to Google and type in Disability Resolution Law Firm or Disability Resolution Florida. Throw some stars up there. I will catch you a little bit later, and we will go from there. Attorney Walter Hnot, and thank you so much. I'll catch you later, everybody. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.